Hey, Tim Wolfe here. I have a quick lesson on fingering system for 2-octave scales on the bass. It allows us to play both octaves with just one shift, and this process applies to any scale type, not just major, minor, but really any modes of a 7-note scale. We'll start with major though. G major, I'll demonstrate and then talk about what I'm doing. So I'm playing 3 notes on each string and then a shift and 3 more notes. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, shift, 1, 3, 4. And the nice thing about this is that you can make that shift in any spot. So we're playing B, C, and D, 1, 2, 4 on the G string, but we can also play that up on the D string as well. B, C, D, 1, 2, 4. So we'll shift here instead on the D string. So we get the same notes with the same fingers, we're just putting them on a different string. Same thing, we can take that F sharp, D, F sharp, G, and A on the D string and move them up here. And we can even take the C, D, and E on the A string up to the E string. Now the reason I like this as opposed to the traditional, I guess, the way I learned to play a 1-octave major scale when I was in high school or middle school when I began playing was to play this way, right? So you have the third on the next string. And the reason I like having the third on the same string is because when we go from major to minor, we always talk about lowering the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th notes to get a minor scale. So you can really visualize that half-step shift. While this obviously, playing the B here and the B flat here obviously is a half-step difference, it's not as easy to visualize on the fingerboard, which is, I think, a nice thing about this fingering system. So we can take that same method of the major scale, if we think about lowering the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, 3rd, 6th, 7th. And then that whole same thing with shifting on whichever string you want to make the shift on. Same with Mixolydian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Locrian, and all the modes of the major scale, and even harmonic minor and melodic minor. This way kind of works nicely. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. There is a PDF on my website of the major scale written out with the different fingerings and then showing where the shifts are on what strings. So feel free to go to my website and download that. It's under the teaching resources or lessons tab, something like that. All right, thank you. Hope that helped.